Hello, this is 5 on 20 News. My name is Richard Aguirre, and we're coming to you live from the Creative Tucson studio in downtown Tucson. Today is September 4th? September 5th? Jeez Louise.
4th, you're right.
Let's talk local headlines.
You nailed it.
Yeah, there we go. The repeal of the Deferred Action on Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, could negatively impact the Arizona economy, which has about 28,000 people benefiting from the program. The program was officially rescinded today by Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who made the announcement in a press conference this morning. DACA enabled immigrants who arrived in the country illegally as children to work, get in-state tuition at state colleges, and get a driver's license. According to the data, the survey from the Center of American Progress, 5% of DACA recipients started their own business, far outnumbering the general population in terms of entrepreneurship. Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton talked about their economic impact on Arizona on Facebook earlier this week, where he said that DACA has made it possible for nearly 30,000 young women and men in Arizona to step out of the shadows and contribute to their communities and our economy. He said that the message from Trump to end DACA tells us that he wants to rip apart families and divide our country. Many high-profile business leaders, including those from Apple and Amazon, published an open letter to the president using statistics from the Center of American Progress report. They wrote that unless we act now to preserve DACA, the DACA program, 780,000 hardworking young people will lose their ability to work legally in this country. They said that our economy would lose over $460 billion from the national GDP and over $24 billion in Social Security and Medicare tax contributions. Since the Trump administration likely won't read these reports, the center is considering a plan to write these figures on the American side of the big, beautiful border wall so that Trump might see it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the big one right now. It's DACA.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty infrequently that you hear these things that actually impact us. But I know tons of people who are here under DACA, and so you probably may too. Maybe even if you don't know.
I can't say that too, but I mean, this is everywhere right now. This first headline is it's a heavy hitter right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's protests this week.
Yeah, there's one tomorrow at today they were at City Hall. Tomorrow they're going to be on the park by Stone. I know 4 o'clock.
They're at U of A earlier this week.
Yeah,
right?
so U of A.
Was it yesterday?
And then today in Cholla and Tucson High they walked out of class.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Kids walked out of class.
Jeez.
That's where you really see the impact of this issue is in high school. I was a high school teacher for a while, and I had a lot of kids that were under DACA, and that was their only hope of going to college, So this really does impact our community.
That's unfortunate.
Especially.
Yeah.
So the weird part about the whole thing was that Sessions was the one who announced it. Because when does Trump ever say no to a TV appearance? It's kind of weird that he didn't. And there's speculation that he actually didn't really want to end the program. And
wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird thing. So I don't know, who called the shots exactly or who convinced him, but
I was gonna say maybe he didn't want to look bad because this is
no, it could be that too. I'm sure it was a bit of both.
But why would he be self-aware now?
I know it's at 70 years old, finally become self-aware.
And everything that he does is so and nobody's on his side. It feels like there's a lot of people opposed to all this stuff. So why wouldn't he just do something else that everyone's opposed to?
Right. Well, that's what I wonder too. Is why was this such a priority to do this right now? I mean, if something that is opposed by not just the usual anti-Trump crowd, but also the like you say the CEOs of Apple, Amazon, these big business leaders are against it too. So
they're probably a little less conservative. Apple and Amazon, they're not going to be
true.
They're probably more liberal. So
yeah, could be. But so we'll see how it goes. Now Congress has to deal with it.
Yeah. Both Tucson and Phoenix received low scores on sustainable development, according to a report by the UN-backed nonprofit Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Tucson finished 57th out of 100 on the report, which included the 100 most populous cities. Phoenix ranked a bit better at 43. They used criteria including poverty levels, water scarcity, climate action, and economic growth. The criteria were coded from green for good through yellow, orange, and red being the worst. Tucson and Phoenix only received green scores for responsible consumption and production. Both cities received red scores for poverty levels, hunger levels, climate action, and strong institutions. That was strong institutions, like
government institution, yeah.
While Tucson received additional reds for gender equality, decent work, and economic growth. But don't feel too bad because most cities on the list received low scores in most categories. The highest ranking cities were San Jose, which that's in San Francisco, or that's in the
It's around there, yeah. It's just nearby. It's in the
Seattle and Provo, Utah, which I've never heard of.
Provo either. I guess it's a pretty rich kind of city, I guess. Yeah,
it must be. All cities that the authors called affluent and troubling, since it shows that the richer the area, the more likely they are to develop sustainable policies. This shows the deepening economic inequality in the country, according to the authors, which is totally true. Tucson Mayor Jonathan Rothschild defended Tucson from the low scores, saying that Tucson has long been a leader in the state in water conservation, promoting renewable energy, and green building. Rothschild then abruptly melted into the summer Tucson sun and produced enough energy to power the streetcar for a few emission-free hours.
Good for you. I think he has a point. I think, for the most part, we do pretty good when it comes to, I think, unfortunately, we're in the desert, so water conservation is going to be
We're definitely
tricky.
aware. We're definitely like a It's at least that's more hands. Like maybe it'll.
Yeah, I mean,
come
I think
out more diplomatically.
Exactly. I'm hopeful that maybe they will pass something and that we'll get it, because that's been the issue since 2012 when it was passed in the first place. Was that
was when it was first passed.
2012? Yeah.
It seems like like almost like a no-brainer thing. Like it wasn't their decision, but they're here now, so.
Right, and it's the only country they've really known. It's yeah. I remember years ago, back when I was teaching, there was a kid he got deported back to Panama. He was like 17, I think. And
was it a big news story?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I was in Boston at the time, so maybe it was big. I don't feel like it was. But
I feel like I remember something like that being like a
maybe
huge...
it's. I mean, I'm sure other kids have been in the same situation.
Okay.
This kid, he hadn't been there since he was like 3 or 4 years old. He didn't have any family in Panama. Didn't know anyone in Panama. He didn't even speak Spanish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was like the first time that I'd ever even like knew of that issue. You know, like I never really. I was young at the time.
Yeah.
And imagine that though. Like that's an insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do there?
I don't know. I mean,
so,
imagine just getting kicked off
point.
to
You don't even speak Spanish.
Yeah, it's like, God, good luck. Yeah, poor kid.
Oh man.
So I'm hoping that maybe Congress will work something out, and then we'll have something, a law on the books, and no one can say, it's the executive branch over, they went over their authority. Like this would be maybe a more proper way. So I hope they get on it and pass something.
I mean, it's been said many times before, but like the country is built on immigrants. Like all are immigrants in a way.
True, right? Yeah.
Or like descendants of immigrants. So it's like so hypocritical.
It is, and it's wrong for like the basic message of our country that you come here and make something of yourself.
Exactly.
And I don't know. It's troubling. I don't know. Let's hope they work it out. I think in the meantime, what we can do is convince our congressman here to support it, because Arizona's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
On a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We can help convince McCain and Flake, who are pretty moderate on that issue, that maybe they'll lend their support to it and they'll pass something.
Yeah.
So at least it's something that Republicans are supporting, that Democrats also support, which you don't hear very often.
Yeah, you don't hear that very often. That's a good point. That's a good point. Like that also shows like kind of how like much of a no-brainer it is. Like I said before, like if Republicans are
jumping on it too, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that seems like majority right there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So.
All right.
Remaining
last
hopeful.
one. Yes, last one.
Last one.
Last one. The United States and South Korea have agreed to lift limits on South Korea's missile payload following North Korea's hydrogen bomb test over the weekend. During a call between Trump and South Korean President Moon Jae-in, Trump gave his approval to lift restrictions on the country's missile capabilities. He also provided approval for billions of dollars worth of military weapons and equipment from the United States. The two leaders also agreed to maximize pressure on North Korea using all means at their disposal. North Korea claimed Sunday that it successfully tested a hydrogen bomb that can be placed on an intercontinental missile. Trump also spoke with Japanese President Shinzo Abe and German Chancellor Angela Merkel about the options to deal with North Korea. World leaders agree that even in the face of a potential nuclear destruction, at least the war profiteers will still be profiting, and that has to put a smile on everyone's face.
Aww. Happy ending.
Yeah, happy ending. Happy ending to the news.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to do with this North Korea thing. I think it's every expert seems to say that there's nothing that we can do to possibly, basically it's the nuclear weapons are all North Korea has. It's their only it's
like their national treasure.
Yeah, exactly. It's their chips, So if you take away their nuclear weapons,
they'll be mad.
They don't have anything. They have nothing left.
They don't have exports. They don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything.
Not much of anything.
They don't have much land.
Right. So, it's like if you had one. Say you were broke, but for some reason you had a really nice car.
Yeah.
Nothing would ever convince you to give that car up, right? It's your only thing. So I don't know how they're going to convince this guy to do it.
They put all of their time, efforts, budget into this one project.
Exactly. And it worked in a way because, we can't do anything. We can't go invade them.
Yeah.
We can't
Well, that's a good way to like put yourself into their shoes. Just
Yeah.
Do they have ill intentions or not? Like, what are their intentions? You know?
Yeah, I think it's just to stay in power. That's pretty much their thing. And what I've been hearing is you got to let the North Korean people take care of it. I mean, eventually there'll be some sort of revolution.
They should
and they'll
put
fight
money into like feeding their people. Like everyone's like starving there and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a different tactic. No one's gonna go for that. We have so many bombs we got to use.
Yeah, how much money went into bombs and not growing potatoes? I don't know.
Yeah, probably not as much. Gonna make a.
You could feed your people, and then they could make you build something beautiful that I don't even know what it is, but it could be amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey.
Well, should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Let's do it.
This was 5 on 20 News. My name is Richard Aguirre.
Joel Foster.
This is Joel here. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, share our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can find all of the Creative Tucson content there. Feel free to bother us at info@creativetucson.org. Feel free to get involved. Come down here, anchor, sound, come be a part of this. And thank you for watching. Stay Creative Tucson. See ya. Oh, we did it.
Right.
That was a good one. I feel like that was a good one. I started off shaky.